All green?
Yep.
Yes.
Round one, 12 minutes, starting now. Which journalist is famous for the line, I counted them all out? Ashton. Brian Hanrahan is correct for 2. 2 possible answers here. A PGOT is when someone has won the EGOT, the Emmy, Grammy, Oscar and Tony, and... Pulitzer is correct. Pulitzer or a Peabody Award would have been alright. 2 to Ashton. Which English food writer wrote the autobiography, Toast, the Bust?
Me.
Ashton, yeah.
Slater.
Nigel Slater is
Nice
correct.
hat trick.
It is a hat trick.
This situation.
6 points to start with. What is the full 3-word Cockney rhyming slang term to meaning to talk excessively? Anybody? We'll move on. It is...
Something with rabbit,
Tony?
toast and rabbit.
No. Nothing away. It is rabbit and pork for talk. Who was the last Prime Minister of whom no photograph was ever taken? Simon?
Campbell Bannerman.
No. Steve Kidd?
Gladstone.
No. Mike Lees?
Owen Law.
No. Bean? No. Tony?
Disraeli.
No. Ashton?
Palmerston.
Not Palmerston. Steve Lacey?
No, it's not so.
Norman?
Robert Peel.
It is Robert Peel for 2 points. Your next question. In the 2018-19 Premier League season, who took a penalty where his run-up was longer in duration than Usain Bolt's 100 metres world record? Ashton. Paul Pogba is correct.
Could it be a hat trick?
Which knighted actor provides the voices for the TV show In the Night Garden? Simon. Derek Jacobi is correct. Yeah. In which year was the first American manned space flight which saw Alan Shepard aboard Mercury? Norman. 1961 is correct. Who is best associated with her work at the Scutari Barracks Hospital during Simon? Florence Nightingale is correct. Hosting 61 test matches since 1930, the Queen's Park Oval is a cricket venue.
Jamaican.
Incorrect. Nothing away because you haven't got anything, have you? Norman?
Georgetown.
Not Georgetown.
Tony's first.
Bean?
Bridgetown.
Not Bridgetown. Tony?
Port Spain.
Port Spain's correct. Hark, I hear the foe advancing, barbed steeds. Men of Harlech is correct.
Nailed it.
Which unit of length was originally taken as the distance between the nose and the tip of the outstretched? Mike Lees.
Cubit.
It's not cubit. I don't think you lose anything. Lee.
No, I forgot.
No, not for Lee. Simon.
Fathom.
Not a fathom. Vince.
Nada.
I was going to say cubit.
No, not cubit. Bean.
Hand.
No, not ham. Norman.
Yeah.
The yard is correct. Distance between the nose and the outstretched arm of Henry I. The territory, the territory formerly known as Portuguese West Africa is now known by Simon. Angola is correct.
Hello.
According to the title of W.H. Auden's poem, what was bringing the check? Steve Kidd.
Night Mail.
The Night Mail is correct. In 1988, which tennis player became the only person to win? Lee?
Steffi Graf.
Steffi Graf. Oh, yes. A golden slam, all the stuff plus the Olympics. Billy Pilgrim is a central character in which Mike Lees.
Catch-22.
Not Catch 22. Steve Lacey. Slaughterhouse 5 is correct. 3-1 answer required. What type of engine powered the first generation of Spitfire fighters in the 1930s? Steve Kidd.
It was
No. Simon.
Rolls-Royce Merlin.
Rolls-Royce Merlin is correct.
Hello.
Next question. Mary Lennox is the heroine of which book by Mike Lees?
It's The Secret Garden.
It is The Secret Garden. No. Finish question. Members of which 70s and 80s band included Liz Mitchell, Marcia Barrett, Tony, Boney M. That's correct. Bree, Who Can Talk, and Shasta are the title characters. Steve Kidd.
The horse and his boy.
The Horse and His Boy is correct.
Literature, Clive, go on.
Next question. Isaac Vivian Alexander are the first Norman of Sir Viv Richards. It is correct. Which famous writer who died in 1910 said the two most important... Norman.
Tolstoy.
It's not Tolstoy. Lose half your points, I'm afraid. Who died in 1910 said the two most important days in your life are the day you are born and the day you find out why. Tony.
Mark Twain.
Mark Twain is correct.
Right, we're at 6:13 to go. Currently, Ashton's on 8. And we've got Steve Kidd and Tony and Simon on 6. Norman's on 3. Lee, Mike and Steve Lacey are on 2.
You lost half your points for what?
You've negged about twice. I've got 4 answers. You've negged twice.
But you've negged twice.
You lose half your points.
Moving on. What is the highest peak in the Brecon Beacons? Lee.
Merthyr Mount.
Not Merthyr Mount. Questions over those. So Ashton.
Black Mountain.
Not Black Mountain.
I know it is.
Norman.
Any fan?
Penny Fan is correct.
So you got 2 back now.
Now don't dive in there.
What was the name of the magical land in the film South Pacific? It was also the title of a song in Ashton. Ballyhigh. Correct.
Could it be a hat trick?
Winner of the WBC heavyweight title in 2008. What was the nationality of the African boxer Samuel Peter? Bean.
South African.
He was not South African. Steve Kidd.
Ghanaian.
No. Lee.
Zimbabwe.
No. Tony. No. James. Nigerian is correct.
Hey, give him a round of applause.
Well done. Next question. John Simpson in 1964. Sebastian Faulks in 1972. Stephen Fry in 1980. What TV activity did they all have in common? Simon.
University Challenge.
All played on University Challenge, correct. The actress Helena Bonham Carter is the great-granddaughter of which? Steve Lacey.
I don't know.
It's not Bonner Law.
Oh, it's not because Steve Lacey's going to be in the same.
Yeah. Clive.
Asquith.
Asquith is correct. Next question. Which Cumbrian market town is famous for its annual horse fair? Ashton. Appleby is correct. 2-word answer required. What is the name of the patient in the board game Operation? Mike Lees. Cavity Sam is correct. In which American state is the Ivy League Brown University? Bean.
Massachusetts.
It's not in Massachusetts. Mike Lees.
Rhode Island.
Rhode Island is correct.
Correct, Rob.
What was the name of the female incarnation of the Master in Doctor Who, played by Green Wing star Michelle Gomez? Steve Lacey. Missy is correct.
Lacey is the man.
Songs to Learn and Sing was a compilation album featuring singles by which band? Formed in Liverpool in the 1970s and including hits such as Bring on the Dancing Horses and The Cutter. Tony? Echo the Bunnyman's correct. Oregon and which other US states have their largest city being called Portland? Bean. Maine is correct.
3:34 we're on now. Ashton 12, Simon 8, Tony 8, Mike, Steve Kidd on 6, Norman's 5, Steve Lacey 3, Clive Lee, Chris Bean, James on 2, and Vince at the score.
Question. Which 1980s war movie features Samuel Barber's Adagio for Strings? Lee.
Full Metal Jacket.
It's not. Lose half. Steve Kidd. Platoon is correct. Buckland Abbey in Devon was the home of which famous Lee?
Francis Drake.
Francis Drake is correct.
Francis Drake.
You were only third in, don't worry about it. Which play by Henrik Ibsen first performed in 18 Lee? It's not Hedda Gabler.
Lose 50%.
Nobody else. First performed in 1876. Is now possibly better known for Edvard Grieg's incidental music. Tony. Peer Gynt is correct. What is 1/4 divided by a half? Lee.
A half.
A half is correct.
The Oracle of Drighlington.
Complete this drink-related quotation attributed to Alexander Woolcott. I must get out of these wet clothes and... Clive. Into a dry martini is correct. Who's the only judge to have appeared on every season of The Voice in the UK? Bean. Will I Am is correct. In which 1983 film did Eddie Murphy play a con man called Billy Ray Valentine? Lee.
Trading Places.
Is correct.
The Oracle of
Good, Billy Ray.
Feeling good, Lewis.
Nice.
The towns Punta Gorda, Hopkins and Belmopan are found in which Central America? Lee.
Belize.
Belize is
The Oracle
correct.
of Drighlington.
Who from 1977 to 1981 was the Vice President of the USA to Jimmy Carter? Simon. Walter Mondale is correct.
Hello.
Two answers. Which two European countries are both smaller than New York Central Park? Bean.
Vatican City and Monaco.
Is both correct, yes.
Use them all.
Which Oscar-winning actress played Galadriel in the Lord of the Rings films? Mike Lees.
Kate Blanchett.
It is correct.
Correct roll.
Who scored 150 not out for England in the same innings where Ben Stokes scored his record-breaking 258? Mike Lees. Not Joe Root. Nothing away, Clive. It is Johnny Bairstow.
Mastermind.
In the book of Genesis, what fate befell the wife of Lot? Lee. Turned into a pillar of salt.
Minutes ago.
Minutes ago, do you want to pause?
Yeah, pause. So the bottom four at the moment going out. Vince on 0, James 2, Steve 3, Norman on 5. Clive and Chris are on 6, still going through at the moment. A minute left.
Ready? Go. Which female Blue Peter presenter joined the show in 1972 alongside Simon? Leslie Judd is correct.
Hello.
Gussie Fink Nottle, an expert on newts and very little else. Tony.
Cheese and mustard. No, Bertie mustard.
It's not, I'm afraid. No. Vince.
Is that an interruption?
It's an interruption, yeah?
I was going to say Bertie mustard.
It's not, I'm afraid. Was the creation of which author? Steve Kidd.
P.G. Woodhouse.
P.G. Woodhouse.
That was that, yeah.
Nailed it.
What's it?
I'm just backing off mine altogether.
24 seconds.
In the Simpsons TV series, which character has the first names Joseph Fitzgerald O'Malley Fitzpatrick O'Donnell the Edge? Bean. Diamond Joe Quimby is correct.
10 seconds to go.
In Greek mythology, which fire-breathing three-headed monster was killed by Bellerophon? Clive. It's not the Hydra. The question is over. Norman. Chimera is correct.
Yes, Tony.
The last question.
Last question. If you reverse the postcode for Huddersfield, which is HD, you get the postcode for which other English city? Bean.
Okay.
Question's over.
Question's over. No. Tony. Durham is correct.
Well, things stopped working.
Right. So safe. Simon and Ashton both have 12, so they're safe. Steve Kidd's on 10. He's safe. Chris Bean and Mike Lee's on 8, so they'll be safe.
Liam 9.5.
Well, Lee 9.5, yeah. So who are we losing? 4.
Vince.
Vince on 0 will be out. James on 2. Steve Lacey on 3. And the next one is Clive on 6 is out. And we get Norman and Tony on 7 with through.
If it hadn't been for the jukebox playing, I don't think we'd have ever heard such a silence. It
Unbelievable, Jeff.
went very quiet. Okay, well done, everyone.
All good?
I'm good.
Question number 1. Who am I? For 6 points. I was born in October 1923 and died in August 2000. I attended the Brentwood School from 1934 to 1938 and later the Bembridge School on the Isle of Wight. For 5 points, my obituary in The Guardian stated that I was the most outstanding television journalist of my generation. I changed the relationship between politics and television. For 4 points, in 1958 I interviewed Harold Macmillan in what the Daily Express...
Robin
Steve,
Day.
it is Sir Robin Day. For 4 points.
This still my beating heart.
Next question. What is the single word connection between, for 6 points, a number of US towns situated in West Virginia and Wisconsin? For 5 points, an Irish racehorse which won the 1,000 guineas in 2017. For 4 points, the ring name of Katarina Waters when she wrestled in the TNA wrestling promotion. For 3 points, the epithet given to Bucky Barnes in the Marvel Comics universe. For 2 points, the seasonal surname of the jockey who won the Grand National.
Oh, I see.
Mike Lees.
Winter.
Winter.
Winter, yes, it's winter.
I thought you meant
Why are you thinking a number? At what point did I reckon it was a number?
towns.
No, a number of towns.
Ah, right, okay.
Next question. The following are all members of what? For 6 points, a Barry Manilow single covered by Westlife. For 5 points, Mike Lees.
Number you want? 4.
-6.
Shit.
I've never looked at the number again.
What he has in numbers for? What he said, remember what?
For 5 points, one of 3 men in the book of Daniel thrown into a fiery furnace. For 4 points, 2 of the 7 virtues, opposing the 7 deadly sins. For 3 points, the first murderer in the Old Testament. For 2 points, Mr. Cassidy. Lee.
Dingles.
They are the Dingles in Emmerdale. Mandy, Shadrach, Chastity, Charity, Kane, Butch, Mark, Sam, and you were going to get Marlon, as in Mr. Devonish the Sprinter. Still none the wiser.
No, we could run all the way on that.
Your next question. Name this musical instrument. For 6 points, the tone and volume of this instrument may vary with size and construction. It commonly comes in 4 varieties. For 5 points, these are soprano, concert, tenor. Steve.
Saxophone.
It's not a saxophone, I'm afraid.
-5.
-5. Soprano, concert, tenor and baritone. For 4 points, legend attributes the name of this instrument to the nickname of Englishman Edward William Purvis, due to his small size, fidgety manner and playing expertise. For 3 points, similar to a number of Portuguese instruments, namely the machete, the cavaquinho, the timpal and the rajao, it was introduced for 2 points to the Hawaiian Islands by settlers Ashton. It is the ukulele. Blah 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 blah, jumping flea, little guitar. For 6 points. For 6 points. A fair catch in Aussie rules coupled with the youngest Beckham. For 5 points. A telegraph cartoonist coupled with a failed superhero played by Will Smith. For 4 points. Porn star Ron coupled with a traditional rural Boxing Day pastime. For 3 points. Golfer McIlroy coupled with singer Sir Rod. For 2 points. Soviet leader Mr. Yeltsin. Okay.
The Tory leadership candidates.
They are all aiming to succeed Theresa May in one position. It is leader of the Tory party. Mark Harper, Matt Hancock, Jeremy Hunt, Rory Stewart, Boris Johnson. Question number 6. For 6 points. According to Bob Kane, this character was inspired by the mascot of Cool Cigarettes. For 5 points. First seen in Detective Comics number 58. I have the middle name Chesterfield. For 4 points, I always carried one particular accessory due to my overprotective mother and the fact that my father died from bronchial pneumonia. Simon.
The penguin.
The penguin is correct. That is for 4 points, yes.
So halfway.
I would have accepted Oswald Cobblepot until I mentioned him later in the question. Halfway.
So you've got Simon on 6, Lee and Ash on 2, we're definitely going through at the moment. Not going through would be Mike on -4 and Steve Kidd on -1. We had a tiebreaker between Norman, Tony and Chris all on 0.
Your next question, question number 7.
Reset, please.
For 6 points, I am a saltwater fish coming from a grouping of the Scombridae or mackerel family. For 5 points, comprising of 15 different species across 5 genera, I am one of the fastest swimming fish in the world, known to reach speeds exceeding 75 kilometres an hour. Mike Lees.
Marlin.
It's not a marlin, I'm afraid. -5, yeah. For 4 points. As a result of overfishing, some of my species are close to extinction. Steve?
Tuna.
It is a tuna. 4.
Please, somebody take that away from me until it's need.
What, 3 points? Happy on 3 points? Yeah.
Happy on -1.
The next question. Who am I? For 6 points. I was born in 1947 in Cromer, Norfolk, and married my wife Deirdre Hindmarsh in 1968. For 5 points. My first original invention was the ball barrow. Norman.
James Dyson.
It is James Dyson. For 5 points.
He's that old.
Yeah.
70,
Next question. For 6 points, the 6 MPs within this county are all Conservative, and the Lord Lieutenant of this county is Colonel Edward Belitho, OBE.
Tally-ho!
For 5 points, the ethnic makeup of this county at the 2011 census was 99.7% white British, with just 0.3 of people recognising as other. For 4 points, formerly a Brythonic kingdom, it is now recognised independently as one. Simon?
Cornwall.
It is Cornwall.
My life though, it's got to be.
It is yada yada. Yeah, 4 points. Yada yada yada. Ginsters.
Keep going, Sam. Just keep getting them. That's all I want you to do.
Next question. This is question number 10. For 6 points, this Act of Parliament dates back to the 18th century and was brought about due to unrest in the early 1700s. For 5 points, it was repealed in England and Wales by Section 10/2 and Part 3 of Schedule 3 of the Criminal Law Act of 1967. For 4 points, the proclamation could be made in an incorporated.
I'm going to go for this.
Yeah,
It's the Riot Act.
it is the Riot Act.
We had that. I think you got through on that on your Q12. Yeah.
Right, 2 questions to go. Currently definitely through would be Simon on 10, Steve Kidd on 7, Norman on 5. We'd have to have a tie break between Lee and Ashton on 2. Tony and Chris are on 0, and Mike Lees is on -9.
Question number 11. What would come first, counting backwards in this sequence? For 6 points, 10th, Reliance Industries, and 9th, Bloomberg News Network. For 5 points, American Mobile, and 7th, Oracle. For 4 points, 6th would be Facebook, and 5th, the fashion brand Zara.
I've got to go for Amazon.
Amazon will be correct.
Whoa!
That's for 4 points. These are
Swings eternal.
If it's Ashton or Lee to neg, both neg, and then get 6.
Zara, Berkshire Hathaway, Louis Vuitton, Microsoft, and which company tops the list of how the world's richest people made their money?
I would have been in on Walmart on number 5 if I'd been struggling there.
Yeah.
So I need 3 points though.
Yeah, 2 for getting the tie break.
Your next question, last one. For 6 points, why would Bob Hope equal fermium? For 5 points, the Queen Mum or Irving Berlin, Ashton.
The age they died.
Prompt.
Equaling the chemical number of the.
Exactly that.
Yeah.
The element is the age at which they died for 5 points.
Nice question. That's going to get used again and
You like
again
that?
over the next 2 decades.
Queen Mum or Irving Berlin would be Mendelevium. It's impossible to classify Jean Calment. Steve McQueen, Stieg Larsson, Michael Jackson would be tin. Sylvia Plath, Emily Bronte, Patrick Wine, Zinc, Jimi Hendrix, Jim Morrison, Kurt Cobain, and Amy Winehouse would all equal
Nickel. Cobalt.
Cobalt.
Right, so going through is Simon on 10, Ashton and Steve Kidd on 7, and Norman on 5.
No tie breaks required. We're all happy.
Mike went on -5.
Let's reset the
Well done,
cameras
Mike.
and roll. We've got to go to the last part of Q12 and we've got, basically each question is worth 1 point and it's the first person to get 12 questions right.
It is.
If you interrupt and if you are wrong, you lose a life. Very like the 15 to 1 grand final. If you lose 3 lives, you're out. We've got myself, we've got Norman, we've got Simon, and we've got Ashton. I stand to lose £20 if Ashton wins, but let's see how it goes. Dave Bill in charge.
Indeed we shall. So then, question 1, following on from Mercator in the last question. On the Mercator projection, which Northern Hemisphere country is depicted as being roughly the same size as Africa, but is in fact 14 times. Steve?
Greenland.
Greenland is correct. Next question. Greenland, Japan, Singapore, Poland, Monaco and Indonesia. Ashton?
Red and white.
They all have red and white flags, is correct. With a home team who play in red and white, it was constructed in 1996 at a cost of 140 million euros. Which team play their home matches at the Johan Cruyff Arena? Steve?
Ajax.
Is correct. In Greek myth, as a result of what is described as his dual dishonour, how did Ajax die? Steve?
The red hot poker with Arthur
I'm
Castle.
afraid no. Norman?
Killed by it.
It wasn't, I'm afraid. Ashton?
Drowning.
No. Simon?
Suicide.
He committed suicide, he did. What nationality are 60% of the people who take part in assisted suicide at the Swiss Dignitas Clinic? Steve?
Dutch.
Not Dutch. Simon?
Swiss.
Not Swiss. Ashton?
German.
German is correct.
Affirmative.
Which German car manufacturer makes the models called the Macan, the Panamera, the Cayenne and the Boxster? Ashton?
Porsche.
It is Porsche.
Affirmative.
In which TV series does the American actress Taronda Jones play the character Portia Taylor? Steve?
Jessica Jones.
It's not Jessica Jones, no. No.
Probably better.
It's not Ugly Betty. Anybody? No. It is Empire. Published in 2017, Empire magazine voted which 1972 film as the greatest film of all. Steve?
Godfather.
It is The Godfather, yeah.
Correct amount.
Being both Oscar nominated and having a UK #1 hit single, who was the godfather of Friends actress Jennifer Aniston? Steve?
I'm going Bruce Springsteen and it's
It's not
wrong.
Bruce, no, nothing away. It was Telly Savalas.
Of course it was, yeah.
Which word completes the catchphrase of foul-mouthed Viz character Roger Melly, the man off the telly? Hello, good evening, and Ashton.
Bollocks.
Bollocks is the right answer.
Affirmative.
Next question. Although it didn't include bollocks, which comedian was famous for his 7 dirty words routine? Steve Kidd.
Chubby man.
It's not Chubby Brown. More than 7 for Chub, surely. Ashton.
Name that.
It's not Dave Allen. Simon.
Bernard Money.
Not Bernard Manning.
Jim Jones.
No, it was. Anybody?
George Garland.
George Carlin.
I like George Carlin.
George Carlin.
That's a good one.
Reset. Which character was played by George Carlin in the Bill and Ted adventure films? Ashton.
God.
It's not God. Simon.
Ted.
It's not Ted. Steve. No. Norman. No. Rufus. He was their spiritual guide, I believe. In 2017, Rufus Hound claimed on Twitter that which disaster was orchestrated by the Conservative Party to gain support in an upcoming general election. Ashton.
Grenfell.
It wasn't Grenfell. No. Simon.
I was going for Grenfell as well.
No. Steve.
Go.
No. Norman. No. It was the Manchester Arena bombings. What a belling, by the way. Based on total ticket sales, in 2018, the Manchester Arena placed 7th on the official list of the world's busiest arena. Which US venue placed top of this list? Steve.
Madison Square.
It is Madison Square Garden.
Sorry, Ashton. I have to take
Correct
it.
amount.
You're looking for a place name. Although he was born in Virginia, served Virginia in Congress and died in Virginia, James Madison was laid to rest in which US state capital, the smallest in terms of population? Steve.
Providence.
Not Providence. Ashton.
Montpellier.
It is Montpellier.
That's where the population state, I think.
Ashton's on 5, Steve's on 4, Simon's on 1, Norman yet to score.
Yeah, that's
Next question. Montpellier is the only US state capital not to have what kind of fast food establishment? Steve?
A McDonald's.
A McDonald's. It's the only one not to have a Mackie D's. In spring each year, McDonald's runs their annual promotion based on which popular board game? Steve?
Monopoly.
It is correct.
In the lead on 6.
On a US Monopoly board, what is the cheapest property? Norman?
Rule, Kent, rule.
A US Monopoly board? No? Nothing away though? Simon?
Boardwalk?
It's not Boardwalk.
That's expensive.
Ashton?
Hell's Kitchen.
It's not Hell's Kitchen. Steve, gonna go?
No, I don't.
Anybody? It is Mediterranean Avenue.
No, I did it.
The current president of the travel company Club Med is the son of which former president of France? Steve?
Emmanuel Macron.
No, it's not.
the current president.
Ashton?
Mitterrand.
It's not Mitterrand. Simon?
Sarkozy.
Not Sarkozy, no, there we go. It's not. Valéry Giscard d'Estaing. In terms of their spouses, what connects Valéry Giscard d'Estaing, Charles Darwin, Albert Einstein, Saddam Hussein, Rudy Giuliani, and Mark the Beast Labette?
Oh,
Ashton.
Married the cousins.
They all married their cousins.
that was one back to you there, Ashton, I think.
Between 2006 and 2014, Robin Cousins served as the head judge. Ashton.
That's so nice.
Dancing on Ice.
Affirmative.
Which former England scrum half won the second series of the ITV show? Simon.
Dawson.
It's not, I'm afraid. Lose all.
Wait.
Stupid woman.
The second series of the ITV show, Ashton.
Austin Healy.
It's not, and Lose
No,
Your
it's not. Oh,
Life.
no, no, who is that?
Dancing on Ice.
I know that.
Steve.
I'm going to go miles. It's Steve Smith.
It's no, Norman. Mr. Curtis.
Saracens, Kieran
Kieran Bracken is the right answer.
Steve Smith was about 80.
Your next question. The plant types known as bracken are found on all continents except one. Which one? Ashton.
Antarctica.
Is correct.
Up to 8.
Sounding like something that British people might like to join, what is the top level internet domain code for Antarctica? Simon. It's not A. Steve?
A&T.
No, it's not. Anybody? Ashton?
EU.
No. British people might like to join AQ.
Good question.
It's a British hobby, so AQ, join it. Yeah. Starting with the letters AQ, the city of Aqaba is found in which Middle Eastern country? Ashton. Jordan is correct.
Affirmative.
I'm thinking of what countries start with AQ?
Katie Price, aka Jordan, sang Not Just Anybody in 2005 in an effort to do what? She ended up coming second to Javine singing Ashton.
Representing the UK. Europe.
Yeah, it is exactly that.
Ashton's up to 10 with Life Gone. Steve on 6 is the next person.
Having the full title Nel Blu di Pinto di Blu, which song was the Italian entry for the 1958 Eurovision Song Contest. It would later become a worldwide hit for Dean Martin. Steve.
Volare.
It is the right answer.
Correct one.
Volare is an anagram of a lover. What name is given to a lover of books? Steve.
Bibliophile.
Bibliophile. That's correct.
Correct mountain.
A place where you'd find many bibliophiles. Which establishment in the USA has the largest amount of the shelf space? Norman.
Smithsonian.
It's not the Smithsonian. Life away.
Correct.
Ashton.
Library of Congress.
The Library of Congress.
1 away.
Having the first name Melville, what was the surname of the man whose decimal system forms the capital?
No!
Ashton.
No!
Melville Dewey is the right answer.
Hey, if you want to come and join in Q12, if I can get this far, you can see anybody can do it. Thank you, David, for a great question, and congratulations to Ashton on another magnificent day. Obviously, the films you see appear on a Monday or at different times, but Ashton has won everything today, apart from
The one who revises.
asking the question. So, Ashton, brilliant. See you in the final in December for £500. Great.